Samoa Joe is the new AEW World Champion. And as predicted, Adam Cole is the devil. I would have made a little money, by the way, if Britt Baker was the devil. I lost a tiny bit. I made a little bet on Friday night.
You thought it was Britt Baker?
I made a side bet that Britt Baker was the devil.
Well,
that would have been fun.
Yeah, I think we all knew what it was going to be, right?
Yeah, a logical conclusion, but it was really neat to see people were digging up clips of stuff that was popping up in the background, just little things that Adam Cole had been doing over the past 7 or 8 months.
Yeah.
Like there was one where Adam Cole was patting him on the back and then turned it into a fist and, like a stab in the back.
Yeah.
Just tiny little things.
Nuances,
Yeah.
When he hit the button to start the video in his pocket, you saw that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's so much, man. It's Scooby-Doo and the squad had their work cut out for them.
But it was pretty cool. So Adam Cole will now be along with Wardlow, Roderick Strong, and the Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, who are now by the way, after what happened on Wednesday night, who took the Ring of Honor World Tag titles, so they've got some belts, are going to be torturing MJF for a while. And when we have one of our guests, of course, Danny Limelight's going to be coming up here in a little bit.
Mi gente. Yeah, can we get him on the air, man? Because I need some good energy. Well, you're already coming in yelling and screaming and talking about the journalists don't know what they're doing, man. You're attacking everybody. It's New Year's Eve.
Well, he'll be on in a little bit.
Let's get him in there. Danny Limelight, get in.
Well, he'll be on in a while. We're going to go on after the break.
Oh, all right. Well,
that's when I set it up.
Let's get him sooner.
But we can't. He's not here. But we'll have him on in a little while. But yeah, we'll get it. But we're also gonna have Rick Ucchino on, our good friend, journalist out of Cincinnati, radio guy, does a ton of wrestling stuff. He's gonna be joining us. And I said, hopefully we'll get Jeremy Lambert on as well if he wakes up. But he had to suffer through all that, poor guy. So should be a fun show today. Had a couple of good matches. I think it was a little unfortunate. Some injuries kind of messed up the pay-per-view last night. But boy, did Christian come out smelling like a rose last night. Bleeding like stuck pig too, but
Yeah, that's my guy.
Lost and won the TNT title.
Whew.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. What was the reaction? How was you watched it at Red Rock, yeah?
Yeah.
How was the turnout? How was the
turnout wasn't that big. They don't get that many people for the theater, but the people that were there had a pretty good time.
Anybody we know?
I don't know. It was dark, but Ricky Tenacious and I were out there watching it.
Oh, Ricky was there?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Shout out to Ricky.
Yeah. So we had a good time enjoying that. But the interesting part about that pay-per-view last night was it was kind of a build-up from, it was like the old days, where you kind of started slow and worked your way up. Yeah, that's what happened last night.
To the payoff, yeah. A lot of payoffs last night.
Yeah, it was the matches toward the end were pretty cool, but Keith Lee did not perform last night. He was hurt, and they set the match up on Wednesday, and then he couldn't go, so Swerve wrestled Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah.
Turned out to be a good match. I mean, Dustin, great performance.
Clobbered him.
For a while, it was got out the old cinder block before the match started.
Yeah, I like that.
But Dustin got back into it, and then Swerve clobbered him.
Yeah, Swerve about to be that guy. I mean, Swerve is that guy. But
boy, and I'll tell you what, with this situation with Samoa Joe having the world championship now, and Adam Cole's boys running around here, boy, that puts Swerve in an interesting spot, doesn't it?
A lot of interesting avenues.
Yeah, because where does Swerve fit into this now? And Joe, because really, you got to think those guys are eventually going to turn on Joe and try and get you would think Adam's going to get the world title at some point off of him. So where does Swerve come into it?
Do we think? I mean, they all had a mutual hatred for MJF. I think now it's back to business. I don't think Samoa Joe's in cahoots with these guys any longer. I think it was what it was, and there you have it. But then Adam Cole, yeah, there's got to be a purpose to it, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna somebody's going to get the world title off of him at some point.
Mhm.
I mean, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, and I think it, I don't know. Yeah.
You can't make a deal with the devil without paying a price,
Yeah.
right?
So they say, man. Through the course of history, I haven't made one. Have you?
Not lately.
No.
I mean, the one last week didn't go so well, but
Which one was that?
No,
Tell me
I
about it.
didn't make a deal with the devil.
I'm sure you did.
Not today.
Not today. Well, last week you said.
but that whole group, it's going to be. I think AEW did a very smart thing putting this pay-per-view on December 30th, because had they waited, they were going to give WWE a clear path with the Royal Rumble and getting into WrestleMania season. And now they've got this storyline out there ahead of the Rumble. So it didn't get buried. So now you have the chance to build this thing up going through Rumble season. I would imagine the conclusion of this will probably be it All In. I would think in August. We're going to get that same main event.
Samoa Joe, MJF?
MJF and Adam Cole. I would think. They both need some time to heal up. You know, obviously MJF is just busted up like crazy, which is, I'm sure, part of the reason why he lost last night. I mean, the shoulders a wreck, his hips a wreck. Adam Cole has got that. I mean, he was still on crutches last night. I mean, that ankle is still just torn to shreds. So they're going to get to do a nice verbal tete-a-tete here